Hi everyone, this is your teacher. I'm going to go over the spreadsheet lesson in case you're still having trouble figuring it out, and make a video showing you what you need to do, and then hopefully that will help. So I'm going to share my screen with you. So what you want to do first is go to your teams. I'm going to show you this with period 1. It's the same for period 2. Everything is the same for both classes. So you come up to your teams, you'll find this posting page. Some of you have already posted great things. That's wonderful. You can also, so for this assignment, I think you're going to need to go to the assignment tab here, and you'll see a list of the different assignments that have been put up already. This budget spreadsheet has been put up 3 times. So if you haven't yet tried it, there were issues with the first 2. I would recommend that you go to this one that's titled Third Time Lucky or 3 Strikes and I'm Out budget spreadsheet. Try this one because I've changed the directions on the worksheet to be a little bit clearer, I hope. And I've also fixed some of the mistakes that were in the spreadsheet itself, which I thought I had fixed before, but apparently not. So click on this. This is my screen, so this is what I see when I click on the assignment. I'm going to show you the student view. All right, so a little bit of directions tells you the points possible. I have increased the points for the assignments for this quarter to help with getting those grades brought up a little bit better. Okay, a little bit faster because we're not doing as many assignments as we normally would, so I'm going to make each assignment worth more. All right, so you have 2 documents here. One is the classwork, which is the directions, and the other one is the spreadsheet itself. So I recommend starting here with the directions. You click on this, it will show you 2 worksheets. There's 2 pages here, 10 questions altogether. The worksheet questions have not changed. They're the same in all 3 versions. The directions are a little bit clearer, and there were a couple errors, so I fixed those. Personally, for me, I like to print out something I'm going to read, especially if it's got a lot of information on it. So, but this is up to you. You're just going to read through this, and then when you get down here, this is asking you to look at the actual spreadsheet, which I'll show you in a minute. And then when you get to question 4 and going further down, you're going to make changes to the spreadsheet and answer the questions that are asked about those changes. Okay, so that's this part of the assignment. The spreadsheet itself is right here where it says student budget. When you click on that, it will bring up this Excel spreadsheet. Now, before the break in class, we were using Google Sheets. Excel is very similar to Google Sheets, so a lot of what you learned can still be applied here. So in this worksheet, it describes what you're seeing on this spreadsheet. There are several boxes. I'm going to put my face up here. There are several boxes. The first big box is this biweekly expenses. These are your everyday expenses, things like groceries, gas. Personal items would be like if you get Starbucks, something that's not necessary, but you would like to have it for your own personal benefit. And then there's a miscellaneous category. It's always a good idea to have a miscellaneous category in case you have to buy something that's not specific to one of these categories. And that's the main box. Over here in the details box, this is where you're going to put actual dollar amounts of things that you're spending money on in each category. So if you buy groceries, you're going to put, each time you buy groceries, you're going to put the dollar amount here. If you buy gas, each time you buy gas, you're going to put the dollar amount that you spent here. Personal items, again, same idea, and miscellaneous. All the actual dollar amounts for the things that you buy are going to go in this box here. Your monthly expenses are over here. And then down here, there's a box for your income and your savings, and then your cash flow. The spreadsheet or the worksheet document explains all of these different things, but I also want to explain them here in this video. So I've preset your budget for this assignment. Your biweekly expenses have been preset. I'm giving you $120 out of your income for groceries. Gas per 2 weeks is $35. That might be low for a lot of you, especially if you have a gas guzzling car or truck. Personal, this is your budget for every 2 weeks. This might seem ridiculously low to some of you, and then the miscellaneous is also pretty low. The total of these biweekly expenses is $200. So this is just a made-up scenario that we're going to practice with, and at some point, hopefully, you can adjust these on a different assignment to make them more accurately reflect your own life. I've also given you a biweekly income of $800, which is nice. And you notice here in this biweekly box, there's this number 200. This 200 matches the 200 here, so that every 2 weeks, when your check is deposited from your income, automatically 200 of that is set over here in the regular expenses. It's already automatically set up. Everything in these gray boxes is preset as a formula typically, or a number that needs to be kept there because it's linking it to another box. So please don't touch. As you're editing the document, please don't change anything in the gray boxes. There's a place for extra income, which you'll need to add on the worksheet. It gives you directions for adding extra income. It also gives you a place to add for savings, as you'll see as you work through the worksheet. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this box right here. It says edit the workbook, and it will bring up a spreadsheet that you can make changes to. So the first thing, for example, that you're asked to do, question number 4, to make a change to the spreadsheet is buying groceries, and you spend $68. So you go over here to this cell, it says F3, and you put in $68 there. And then you make an observation, what has changed? Why do you think it's changed? So the reason why we use these budget spreadsheets is they are great for telling us what we have left, what we spent. This is automatically set up to reflect that for you. So if I bought groceries, so this is my first week of groceries, let's say, and I buy groceries the next week, I only have $52 left in my budget for groceries. So if I want to stick to my budget, I need to not spend more than $52. So I'm going to say, let's spend, say I've spent $49 the second time I got groceries. And so I have $3 remaining. So far, I've spent a total of $117. And you can see that it updates automatically. When you get to question, I think it's 9, you're asked to make up your own expenses. So there's 2 parts to this. One, on the worksheet part of it, list at least 4 expenses, but then you're going to put those into the spreadsheet part of the assignment here. So all of those expenses should be in the details section box. So for example, if you buy more gas, you're going to put it to the right of this, in this details box, you're going to put them to the right of the previous amount that you've spent on gas. If you're going to buy something personal, it's going to go here, just the dollar amounts like I showed you here for groceries. We don't put anything over here. When we buy something new, we're only putting the dollar amounts of what we spent over here, and then that will update how much we've spent to get all together and how much we have remaining. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. That was just an example. The 68 is something that you need to do. You also need to go over here and add specific monthly bills, projected dollar amounts to these monthly bills over here. When you do that, let me show you what happens. So for example, cell phone is going to be $60. When you put that money in there, then your total monthly expenses is going to be totaled as you add more. And then also your monthly expenses is going to include that amount. Notice this is monthly expenses, and this is bi-weekly expenses over here. So this is a monthly budget sheet. It gets updated every 2 weeks at least. Okay, So you can see every time you add something new that's an expense, either here or here, it will update in your cash flow and tell you how much cash you have left. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. I want you to do this for yourself. All right. Okay, so make the changes, go back and answer the questions as you're making each change, and submit to me a Word document with your answers to the worksheet questions, as well as a copy here of the spreadsheet that you changed yourself and how it looks when you're all done. Okay. All right, thank you.